Wait a minute, what am I doing? Two men and a what? Two friends from film school, one who graduated, one who did, and they decided to make a podcast. Okay, this has never been done before, right? Okay. This is Matthew and Harrison's Two Men in a Movie. It's not what it sounds like.
So this just happened while I was watching the movie, and I need to share this with you. Neve thinks that they're trying to scam me. I have stopped responding. I think I want to believe that it's an innocent interaction. So it's just a random number. I checked the area code. I looked up the number, and it's not who they say they are, but it's maybe whatever. It's a Palm Beach, Florida area code. And they just texted, "I'm planning to make black truffle pasta, a tomahawk steak, and an arugula salad for dinner tomorrow. You're more than welcome to stop by and join us." And I texted, "I apologize. I recently lost a bunch of contacts. Who is this? Excuse me, I am Aurora. Is this Gina's number? No, this is not. I apologize for the confusion. I hope you're able to get in contact, and I hope you have a wonderful dinner tomorrow. It sounds delicious." I thought that was the end of it.
Can I just say, I really like the, "Excuse me,
Yeah.
I am Aurora."
Yeah. And then they texted, "OMG, I'm really sorry. I typed the 5th digit wrong. I just checked now. I hope I didn't bother you." Perfectly normal.
Yeah.
The conversation was over, but a perfectly normal
I'm waiting for
response.
this to get scammed.
And then I said, "Not at all. I'm glad it was sorted out. Have a nice day and enjoy your dinner." And then they texted, "Thanks for understanding. You seem like a really kind person. If you were near Toronto, I'd totally invite you. Haha. By the way, what city do you live in?"
I don't think it's a scam.
I looked it up, and it is like, this is a thing people do to try and get coax personal personal relationships and to get personal information. It seems like a lot of effort.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it doesn't read like a scam.
It reads alarm bells went off. Like, it read like a red flag, and I was like, the conversation's over. Twice. I ended the conversation.
See,
twice.
If this happened to me, I would receive this text about having a delicious dinner, and I would just not respond.
Well, I just
feel like this is like, as a scam, it doesn't read as a scam because it's not.
I looked
great.
it up, and it is like, you pretend to have the wrong number,
but it's not great.
And then you try
it?
and like build a relationship with the person and see if you can get them.
That's
to keep
really
responding.
That's really counting on a stranger responding to you.
Yes,
and most people don't even answer their phones for a random number.
Sure, I agree. If they called, I wouldn't. If they had left a message or called, I would not have called.
I got a text this week. That was like a picture for, it's like hiring for 500 to whatever a week.
Yeah.
I just deleted it because if you text me, I don't know who you are. I'm going to ignore it unless it seems like I might know you.
It kind of like, I didn't make plans for dinner with anyone, but also it'd be like, maybe I did and I don't remember.
If I got texts like, "Hey, it's been a while, how are you?"
Sure.
I didn't have the number to be like, "Hey, who is this?" But like, so I didn't respond to this. I deleted it. Then 2 hours later, I get another text from this number. "Howdy." I'm like, all right, we're blocking you. I don't know why this is happening.
No, I haven't blocked the person. I'm a little bit interested to see if they try and respond at a future time. It seemed in my head totally innocent. Like, whatever. It's a completely wrong number. It happens all the time. And then the moment you're trying to like continue the conversation after I have shown twice. The first time, maybe you misread and you just wanted to say thank you. It happens. Whatever. I let it go. The second time, I ended the conversation and they kept pushing. I was like, okay, this is weird. And I sent the message to Neve and she was like, "I think they're trying to scam you. They're not doing a great job at it, but I
you
think
should say
that's what they're
like
trying to do."
Toronto.
Yeah,
build up a whole persona.
No, nah, that's too much effort on my end.
No, you just respond to the first thing that comes to your mind when they ask you a question.
Yeah,
as long as it's not real.
That's too much effort.
Be like, "Yeah,
on my
Toronto. I'm a professional gigolo."
That's not fun for me, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I guess if I went in with the mindset knowing it was a scammer, that, oh, I'm gonna mess with the scammer, then I could like play. But in my head, it was just I would have to completely change gears into something else, and
it's fair.
That's too much effort.
I'm always set in Trixie gear. I'm always ready to lie about my location and occupation.
Yeah, whatever, and middle name.
Sometimes I had to apologize to people, like strangers at bars. They'll ask me something. give them the wrong answer. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not true. I don't know why I said that.
It has happened way less frequently in the last couple of years, but the first like year to 2 years after quitting drinking, and I would go out to bars and stuff with friends for shows or whatever, and people would come up to me afterwards and talk to me like they knew me, and I have to answer. And I eventually had to get to the point where I was like, was I drunk? And they would obviously say yes. And I would be like, you did not meet me.
Yeah.
Though there is a dude in Northeast Ohio who is my doppelganger, because every year-ish, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, someone will talk to me, a random stranger will speak like they know me, and it's not at a bar, it's nowhere. It's happened at Walmart, it's happened at Kent State. The dude, someone at Kent State said that they were really happy being my partner for the chili cook-off in Streetsboro. And
what do you think your evil twin's name is?
I don't know, but they're nice. It's always nice stories. The dude at the...
So you're the evil twin.
The dude at the Arlington Walmart, he told me, tell your mom I said hi. It's always fun to have someone I can speak Italian with at work. And I just went, cool, dude. And I just texted my mom, hey, the dude at the Arlington Walmart says hi. He likes to speak Italian with you. And then she texted, what are you talking about? I'll explain later.
Do you think you're the evil twin?
I don't think either of us are the evil twin. I've never met this person, so I don't know if they get things about me, like what shows, or I don't do much, but like I don't know if they get anything about me. I would hope that if they did, it was nice stories.
You should find them.
I'm not actively looking, but I'm vaguely looking.
Take a picture of yourself, put it on a poster, say, are you this man?
It started my freshman year at Kent when someone in my American history class said to me, there's a dude in Youngstown who could be your twin. I almost said hi. And and I was like, oh, interesting. That's weird. And then as the years have gone by, people have just started like,
do you think they're still in
talking
Youngstown?
to me like they know. They're just around Northeast Ohio.
We should just drive around.
I don't know.
Looking for someone that looks like you.
Yeah, they're just around Northeast Ohio. The weirdest, the weirdest one with the most specific detail was the chili cook-off. Where like,
not the mom that speaks Italian.
Well, that's just whatever. That's whatever. I don't know that woman, so like that's beside the point. The chili cook-off, she like talked to me about that day and said how good of a cook I was and like how much of a team player I was, and I was just accepting. I was like, oh, thank you, I'm so glad you were great too. I'm glad like we all had fun, because like it doesn't make sense for me to take this memory away from this woman. Like, what good does that do?
You're not taking it away, you're just saying you missed it's, you know, like that never happened. You're just like, I'm not that person. You mistaken me for someone else, ma'am.
Nah, at this point, let her live in the world where she got to thank the stranger. Like, it doesn't affect me one way or another. And again, they're always nice stories, so I'll steal the credit for someone's niceties. Like, I don't know if I ever corrected someone. I probably did in the beginning. Again, this has been a decade plus.
I've only ever gotten mistaken for a streamer who beat his wife.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That rocks, brother. No. Nah.
To be fair, I didn't correct him either. He's like, I love your stream so much, man. You're so good at... I'm like... Also, I may have just believed him because I'm like 10 tequila sunrises in. Oh, so I'm like, got you.
But there was a weird 2 year period where I couldn't tell if it was this person or if I was drunk.
Maybe you just have DID.
No, I don't.
Maybe you have a completely separate personality.
I do. He's called Drunk Harrison.
And he's out doing chili cook-offs and having an Italian mother, which is a weird one.
Not an Italian mother, a mother who speaks Italian. We don't know if I have a very Italian mother.
I don't know why else you'd learn to speak Italian unless you are Italian.
Why does anyone learn any language? Because it's nice to learn another language.
Yeah, but like Italian?
Maybe she lived in Italy for a little while.
I wouldn't say it's a beautiful language.
Okay, and like maybe, I don't know the life this woman has lived.
It's your mom.
No, it's not.
It's your mom.
No, it's not.
You don't know the life your mom's lived?
I vaguely know the life my mom's lived. I don't know the life this figurative mother has lived, who I don't know, who this stranger in Walmart, like, I just, at that, it's easier at some point just to be like, will do, dude. Sounds good. Thank you. Like, have a nice day. It's so much easier just
You
to
should
do
be
that.
like, I don't know you.
Yeah, for
I don't know you.
Yeah,
like really mess up this. Like put some back on this guy. Have this guy start getting some things. Like, hey, why do you like yell at me the other day at Walmart? I don't know you. I don't know you. We've been married for 10 years.
I'm trying to remember when the last time that it's been within the last year. It has not been since not in 2026, but like within the last 12 months, someone has recognized me and told me a story that I wasn't a part of.
I never get recognized except as streamers.
I
There was the one time we both recognized each other as each other, and that was the nude art model.
oh
As we were both looking at each other, and I'm like, "Who is this?" And I can tell she's trying to figure out who is that. And at the same moment, we went, "Oh!" And then I went back to slicing deli meat, and she went back to doing groceries.
hell yeah. Nah, I mean, you were there at fucking Last Pod and
Yeah.
the bar before. Like, it happens randomly. Locally in this area, if you've been to a bar show, I have probably been on the lineup. But like, I get recognized about as much for that as I do for this stranger. Maybe a little more for stand up than this stranger.
You should take over
I'm
this
trying
guy's
to,
life.
Yeah, I would. I'm trying to make the stand up more the thing I get recognized
Find out
for.
who they're dating, make Geneva look like them, slowly merge.
No, why? I want to live my own life.
It is your own life, but now their life is also your life.
Yeah. Also,
I'm Harrison Poole. I have two moms. One speaks Italian.
Also, in the last 10 years, I have had 3 drastically different bodies. And like, I have been recognized as this person in all 3 bodies.
See, it's really sounding like you have a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation.
So, like,
or perhaps a nutty professor.
this person maybe lost weight during the pandemic also, or just gained weight with
I think
me.
it's just you.
It's not me though.
But like, you're like one of those twins that are separated at birth and they meet up again. They're identical still, and they do all the same things, and they're married to the same people, and they went to college for the same stuff. No, this person's you. If they're gaining the same weight you are.
We did not go to college at the same time for the same thing. I know that. At no point has anyone brought up anything film wise with this other person. It has always been just completely random details.
I think maybe you are sleepwalking or something.
Okay.
Doing nighttime chili cook-offs.
Honestly, that would be a dope Jekyll and Hyde. I'm just a slightly nicer version of me.
Yeah.
Like,
You gotta come to terms with that.
yeah.
You gotta find peace within yourself.
What if I'm Nega Scott?
I've been saying, I think you're the evil twin. You're the evil one.
Insane. But nah, it's weird. Next time it happens, I'll text you about it. It happens. It has ceased to weird me out at this point. I have just accepted, as long as I live in this area, it is a part of my life.
What if you move? If you move and it keeps happening, it's you. You have to go see a psychologist. If you move to Chicago and you're getting the same things, that means it's just you.
Or people confuse a different fat bearded long
Well,
hair.
there's a Harrison in every state.
Yeah,
At least one Harrison in each state.
probably, almost certainly.
Nah.
Almost.
North Dakota?
There's probably a Harrison in North Dakota.
There's like 5 people in North Dakota.
There's not.
What happens in North Dakota?
Harrison, North Dakota. I'm checking Facebook to see if it shows up a person. Not Harrison Township. Harrison, who lives in North Dakota.
What an insane fucking thing to ask Facebook.
There's a Harrison. I'm not going to say his last name because I don't want to dox him. But there is a Harrison in North Dakota. See? He has a Facebook profile and everything.
That's like the only one.
You didn't say that there had to be many. Also, there's an archive specialist at the State Historical Society named Harrison in North Dakota. So there's at least 2.
2/5 of the population is Harrison?
Yeah, man.
Look, I'm just saying, I've never met anyone from North Dakota. I've never heard any news out of North Dakota.
I have met someone from North Dakota.
I'm not sure. I don't think North Dakota's real.
It is. I've met 2 comedians from North Dakota.
Like I never hear. It's one of those things where like I never hear anything about it. It's never in the news.
That's probably a good
Never
thing.
meet anyone from there.
That's false, but okay. For you, maybe.
I just don't think it's real. Same as South Dakota.
No, I definitely know at least two comics from South Dakota. I can't name them right now, but I am picturing their faces. They're a married couple, so I do know at least 2.
I saw something that apparently England is like poorer than every other state in the U.S.,
Okay.
which really sucks for England. Because, like, Alabama's not doing great.
Sure. If I could, I would not mind. I would hate living in London, but for my career, I would absolutely move to London.
You could go anywhere you want in, like, an hour.
Yeah, the thing with UK comedy generally,
Imagine how quick it'd be to do a nationwide tour.
that's the thing, is these people write new hours every year because their like surrounding countries and everything is so small.
Yeah, they do, like,
Their market
They
is
do, like,
so-
4 shows, and they've hit every major place in the country.
Yeah, it's a little more than that, but yes. Well, the thing is, people in the UK don't drive. So you can hit a bunch of places
I think they have.
very close together.
They can't drive. The minute they start to drive, they're going to realize how small their country is.
I was listening to a podcast where these 2 dudes from England were talking about how they rarely see their parents and
Yeah,
they live
I hear that all the time.
and they live like an hour away. I was like, if I lived an hour away from my parents, I would see them once a month minimum.
I live an hour away. Like it's just not like if they start driving, they're just start bumping into each other. They
Like,
can't open
I
out the
live-
roads.
I live 3 hours away from my family, and I still see them every couple months.
If they start driving, they're gonna lose. There's going to no longer be regional accents
Sure,
because they're just gonna be everywhere.
but yeah, is that they just don't ever leave whatever that like an hour is a long drive to them, where an hour is a commute.
Yeah.
I drive an hour every day to and from work.
Yeah.
I have half hour there, half hour back, but still, like an hour both ways is average.
Yeah, I regularly drive that far.
Well, yeah, I do for shows all the
And
time.
the idea of being like, I can't go see my dying Meemaw. She's an hour and a half away. Don't you know?
Yeah, for real. Like,
Not
but
a
yeah,
real
is the thing.
country.
The UK market is so small that these comics write new hours every year.
It's like everyone, like Trump's like, let's make Canada the 51st state or Venezuela. Make England the 50. It is state-sized. It has a state's population.
Sure.
Venezuela's too big to be a state.
Yeah. That, like, yeah, why American comics can tour the same hour for, like, a decade. They're just that, like, we're so massive.
Yeah, you can't hit up every comedy venue in the country in an afternoon, which I think you could do if you're really quick on your deliveries.
If you hard booked, you could probably hit every major market in a month. If you, like, actually fully like planned ahead and did the work, you could probably hit every major market in a month.
London, Manchester, Cardiff.
There's more, but okay, sure.
That's all of them.
No, it's anyway.
I guess if you want to hit like the United Kingdoms, there'd be more, but like just England itself.
Now, I need to generally get better at generating material faster, but that's an insane pace to me. Because then you get to the point where there are some like festival comedians who are known as an every other year comedian. Like every other show is good. In which case, like I wouldn't want that reputation. And then there are people who like go live a life experience just to write their show about it, which feels counterproductive to me.
Well, you know how the English are. They're weird little guys. They believe in the Queen and the
Yeah.
King.
I do want to.
They still believe in the monarchy when their king has sausage fingers. I've never seen a man who has less of the mandate of heaven. You've seen his hands, right?
Yes.
Like that's not the sign of like divine empowerment. That's a sign of like, I think we should stop the monarchy.
If I ever get my one man show like tight, I would do Edinburgh, the Edinburgh Fringe. From what I gather, it's actually like you're always going to lose money, so go in knowing it's going to be hella expensive, but it's actually pretty easy to get in. You just need to get a venue to book you for a time, and then you're in charge of everything else. I have a couple friends who have done the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and some have done it more extravagantly than others, but that basically you're no one outside of the top like known Edinburgh like high level theater comedians make money during Edinburgh. So just go in knowing you're going to lose a couple $1,000s.
Just save your money, find the highest point in England, and buy a megaphone. And everyone in the fucking country will hear your set. And then just
That's
say your
not
Venmo at the end.
That's not true.
It's why they have to be really quiet. Because they talk too loud, they'll hear you in the town over. Which is 5 minutes away, so you've never been there.
Nah, but I do want to go to Edinburgh. I do want to do the Fringe Fest. That is like one of my big like comedy
Are you gonna find yourself? Are you never like an affair with one of those London chavs
No,
with all the what do you call it? Spray tan.
no. I have no intention of having an affair in Edinburgh.
All right.
What? Like, what makes you think that I would?
Stand-up comedian.
Okay, it's the general. I was like, what about? And I'm not. Yeah.
You-
what
you-
about me specifically? I'm not.
You
going
were
to
stand. It's like how like I forget the Untouchables, the cast in India. Like we have that in America in stand-up comedians. So
I am of a belief generally of never say you would never do something, because the moment you do something, like you like whatever. I have no intention whatsoever of cheating on Geneva ever. And if it were to happen, I am a bad liar. Like I would never be able to.
well, then he married the London chav.
Sure, I just leave Geneva right away.
That sounds like some. I mean, how fast did Mulaney leave his wife?
They were separated for they were living separately the second time he was in rehab, and legally they were still married and together, but they were living separately. They were like not together.
If someone tells me that they're seeing a
But yes,
stand-up
he moved on very
comedian,
quickly.
I'm like, that's a red flag. Generally, I'm
I
not saying
agree.
every
I
stand-up
agree.
comedian is a red flag, but I think generally, until proven conclusively otherwise.
No, that's the thing about red flags is that
Yeah.
like that's not necessarily there's always danger, but be on alert. There could be danger.
Yeah, there's the car jack-off guy. That's just one.
Oh,
that's just a local comedian. That's not even.
Yeah.
That's even a powerful comedian.
No, that's just a local dude.
And think about like the majority of Me Too guys that got canceled were probably comedians. Certainly the biggest players.
Huge chunks of them, yeah. Actors, comedians, people in power and entertainment.
None greater than Bill Cosby.
Well, yeah. When was Hannibal's famous Cosby set? I want to say
We made the mistake of making a comedian America's father.
Yeah, no, I mean Cosby was beforehand, but yes. Cosby was 2014. And like Woody Allen was Me Too'd, but like Woody Allen was Me Too'd back in the 90s. Weinstein, Louis C.K. Louis C.K. was an open secret, but like at the same time, it was not revealed how bad it was.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein, the only thing that I've heard, I'd heard nothing. And then there are people who've worked with him, like in Kevin Smith's documentary, he said, the only thing I knew was that he was a philanderer. And that was not a thing that like what I was going to sever ties with. And then I found out exactly who he was and was like, oh, fuck.
I saw a post that says that the reason we don't have good movies anymore, really, or haven't for a while, is because we don't have horrible men in charge like Harvey Weinstein. And they're pointing out that Leonardo da Vinci, whose patrons were very nice people, didn't actually make that much and left a lot of things unworked. Where like Michelangelo, who made so many things, had just the worst pope as his patron, who was like, I will ruin you, I will ruin your family, I will ruin your town. I'm probably diddling boys.
Yeah.
And it's like, and someone's like, I think there needs to be the awful sexual predator producer to counteract the soft artist man.
I disagree, but it's one of those online internet-y theories that I would understand. Like in head, that makes sense in the context of the internet. Outside of the internet, I don't think it works.
The internet's everything now, though.
No.
Movies are internet.
No, we just have a new generation of filmmakers who are coming from the internet again. A second generation of filmmakers who are coming from the internet.
Movies are internet.
Movies are not internet.
Iron Lung's internet.
No, Iron Lung is an adaptation of a video game.
Backrooms is internet. Backrooms
No.
is 4chan Green Post originally.
Sure, it's an adaptation of a thing from the internet. Yes, the Backrooms movie is not internet.
Is internet. Slenderman? Internet.
Not the Slenderman movie, but it's the Slenderman theory. Yes.
Theory.
Yeah. The Slenderman cryptid, the Reddit cryptid, whatever.
Something awful.
Was something awful? I thought it was Reddit.
No, it was they had a Photoshop contest like monthly. I think they still do. It's the part of something awful. It's like the website and not the forums. So I think it's also on the forums. And like the prompt was like create a cryptid and convince whoever convinces the most people that theirs is real wins. And like it's Slenderman won, obviously. And it's wild to me that like more so than any other like kind of like cryptid or like mind virus tulpa meme like Richard Dawkins meme is nuts to me because there's like people who's like I'm killing for Slenderman and I'm like I can show you the post where Slenderman was made and then someone probably said something like does he have all those tentacles so he can suck more dick. Like it's like we can so accurately trace the origin of Slenderman. It's not like an internet mystery at all. It's not like one of the weird videos that no one's really sure where it came from. Like the one room one, where it's like the murders, the snuff film murders.
Sure.
Where no one's really sure where that came. Like you can track this. It's like if someone was like creating a cult around like a Lemon Demon song, and you're like, it's a mysterious hymn from ages past. It's like, no, that man's name is
Cicerega.
Yeah, and he's banned from something awful.
It's the guy who made mouth sounds. What are we talking?
He made Potter Puppet Pals, dude. What do you mean?
He made Potter Puppet Pals and like 3 decent mashup records.
Hey, all his original music, I think, is really good. One of the known, not a lot of people listen. I was thrilled. I walked into the kitchen once, and our buddy Andrew was playing his music while cooking, and I was like, "Is this Lemon Demon?
New Lemon Demon when, man?
This was old Lemon Demon."
I know, but when is new Lemon Demon when?
But
It's been
and
a
he's
decade.
like, he goes, "Yeah," and then we were just talking about Lemon Demon.
It's been 10 years since their last record came out.
The man made the internet. He can coast till he dies now. He made the internet. He's one of the people who like created it.
Yeah, and
Maybe maybe he's too busy with like the internet Illuminati. It's him, the guy who photoshopped Slender Man, the guy who made the cheeseburger cat.
so I brought the movie this week.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love this movie. I
Another
love this
movie
movie
with
so much.
children.
Sure. For the first like half hour, yeah. I love this movie. I love this movie so much. I brought 2015's Tag.
The way it's shot reminds me of older movie styles.
Sure.
I don't know if it's just the budget and camera they're using.
It's just running this was the 5th. He made 5 movies in 2015. Sion Sono did.
It's just like
and
the way
so
the
all
sets
of them were
are
made like insanely
like,
run and gun.
was on top of the mountain of El whatever. It's like that. It shot like one of those weird kind of like cult film movies from like the 80s.
It is shot like 100%. I don't know if that's purposeful or like the same. They were also shot on a low budget, very run and gun style, but it definitely has that feel.
It's the set. It has to be somewhat intentional because it's the way that just the sets are. Because there's like, it's not just the budget. There's like a language to how the sets are set up in those movies that is like here. In a way, I couldn't write a paper on it, but I'm like the one thing that really stuck out is like when she's in kind of like the hallway area with the alcoves.
Yes,
Like that feels like such a set design choice from one of those movies.
maybe. I don't know when the book came out, but it's an adaptation of a book called Devil's Tag. Well, it's called whatever it's called in Japanese, but it's translated to Real Escape Game or Devil's Tag.
It's based off a book.
Yes.
Maybe I don't know. It just feels like it'd be a terrible book.
Nah, dude, that seems like it'd be a great, it probably fleshes out a lot more.
Yeah, it'd have to be a lot different because like the movie as it is, I'm like, oh, this is like this is one of those things where it's like not genre, medium has like things that can only be done in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is something that could like only work in film.
How so? Like, what do you mean?
Like, cause like I just don't think there's enough there for a book. Like, and like adding any meat onto this, I think would harm it.
I think in my head this movie, and I haven't read the book. In my head, this movie is is an adaptation of a Stephen King style book, or like a good adaptation of a Stephen King book, where it's like, let's take the actual plot and get rid of all of the stupid shit. Like, what happens, like, I've often said Christine is a brilliant 300-page novel trapped inside a 650-page novel. Like, I feel like this movie is like the 80-page version of a 300-page book of like, let's take just streamline everything and explain nothing. Well, my guess is the book has more explanation of like of the puppet master, of the man.
And I'm just not sure that the description would work. Like a written description would work as well as just seeing it.
Maybe. I don't know. Again, I haven't read the book. I have no desire
kind
to
of
read
like in the way that a lot of those old like 70s 80s movies are, where it's like you're just kind of like watching you're kind of having an experience more than like a cohesive, like it's cohesive, but like a cohesive narrative that has like substance, like a lot of meat on it and description and inner thoughts. Like it's a much more airy thing that you can do in film, where by its very definition you don't have to tell, you can just show.
Right. I will say that this movie has so much more meat on its bones than the people I've shown who give it credit for. Like, this is one of those movies that I'm so happy to have my film degree, because I can both enjoy it as a slashery, shitty grindhouse, like whatever, but I can actually tell you like the deeper themes of what it means of like blossoming sexuality and lesbianism in a man's world,
being a lesbian in the patriarchal society of Japan.
Yes. Like how for the first 20-30 minutes of this movie, you don't realize that there's no men in it. Like, at no point does it click at all that there's no men up until really she turns to Keiko. Anyway, the woman getting married. Yeah. Up until the first world jump, you never clock that there's no men in this world. The first time I was introduced.
Well, I think
to this
also
movie.
That's like to that like. I was like, oh, there's no men here. I just assumed it was like an all-girls school.
I assumed it was. You would assume it's an all-girls school, and then the town, and you only see women. And at no point it's not like you're clocking it necessarily until the pig man comes, and you realize, oh, the bridegroom.
I really like that.
The bridegroom.
I really like that.
Oh, that's the only. That's the first man.
I like that as a phrase, until the pig man comes.
Until the pig man comes.
I do like when the first time, just because it's such small. It's not even a nitpick. It's just something I thought was funny. Was when she first realizes she's like jumped, like as you said, like the level of horror she responds to while looking in the mirror. I feel like that should be more like shock and confusion.
I think she's still processing the death of her friends in the previous world and the death from the wind.
That's fair.
And now I've transferred into an entirely different body.
I was laughing at because like a lot of times when like someone looks in a mirror and they're different and they have that reaction, it's because they become monstrous. But it's like, oh no, I've become a person of comparable attractiveness.
Oh no, I've become an older, pretty Japanese woman.
Yeah, no.
Oh no. No, I think it's like it's the processing of everything. That
like
she doesn't even know the game is going on.
You're like, oh no, I've become another Ohio comedian who's a man.
Right, for real.
Oh jeez.
So I was first introduced to this movie. This is from the Joel McHale show, starring Joel McHale on Netflix. Do you remember when The Soup ended and then Joel McHale got his own show on Netflix for like 2 seasons called The Joel McHale Show with Joel McHale, starring Joel McHale?
No, it's really good. I'm not a big television guy, but that's really good.
And it was just The Soup, but they could curse now.
That rocks.
he was one of the things he was making fun of was like Netflix movies that like are only on Netflix, whatever. And this wasn't Tag isn't a Netflix movie. He would go on to make a Netflix movie called Forest of something. Anyway, this wasn't a Netflix movie. It was a movie on Netflix where all it showed you was the bus slice, was her like was pillow fight, and then she reached for the pen, and then it sliced everything. And my brother and I were like, we need to watch this movie. We need to watch this movie tonight. And so we did. We found it and we turned it on. And it's
part of the art that, like, because I'm not a big anime guy.
Sure.
As most people know.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of that's because, like, since I'm not watching the bigger anime, I'm not in like the anime world at all, which means I have to sit around until someone brings me the good stuff, which is the stuff where you watch and it's like a pillow fight, then a bus gets cut in half. Like, there's a lot of good animes out there, but they're not like super well known because they're like one season, a person made them, and they're like, this was nice, and it's fucking batshit insane. And you're like, oh yeah, the shonen stuff, like, sure, it's fun and all, but not like meaty art stuff. But it's like, there's a lot of like really good, like, I guess the most popular one would be Madoka Magica, where like you're watching it, it's a magic girl one, and then like they're all these girls are like mind controlled to make mustard gas. Oh, she just died. And then it's like, okay, there's some weird stuff going on.
Sure. Once everything happened, my brother and I were hooked. My parents were watching up until that point, and they were like, not gonna be our thing. And so they got up and left. This is the second time where having a film degree has weirdly come in handy actively while watching a movie, because unprompted, once we got to the lake and there's like the cut women and she's putting on the different outfit out of the blood, and I leaned over to my brother and I was like, I think this entire movie might just be about lesbianism. I don't know. It was something about the way the women were framed and the way their clothes dripped. And I couldn't explain to you, but visually I was like, that's what this movie, that's exactly what this movie is about.
Being a lesbian in, I guess, just Southeast Asia. I was going to say Japan, but I was reading an article today. Not an article, it was like just a little thing that popped up. But it was about how one of the South Korean musical stars, is getting a lot of pushback because she was reading a book on feminism.
Gotcha.
And people are really angry about this.
Sure. This movie itself is also like, as much as it has that one weird upskirt shot that was the only shot in this movie I would change, I think I get what he was going for. I don't think it translates. It's a part of unfortunately, it is just like a part of the filmmaking technique of like this part of the world.
Especially Japan, which has a really straight, like, the movie captures some of it, but it's just so hard to capture just the strange the strange structural components of women in media in Japan. Like you can find, like, they have truly, what's the word? Like, I'm gonna say overbearing. It's not the word I'm looking for, but overbearing pornography, and it's blurred.
Sure,
they censor it, and it's like some of it's like truly like, Jesus Christ. Like, if you do that in America, you become Bonnie Blue and you're like known for it. You do in Japan, you're just a run-of-the-mill porn star, and they're still like censoring it. And like, I've always thought about the fact that they censor their porn as like, it's like something you can really point to when talking about their relationship with women and also sexuality as a whole. I think the movie does a good. I think you literally just have like pictures with Ken Burns pans and like Attenborough describing it. Basically, to like really get into it. You need like actual educational film to figure it out. But like, it does a good bit on like kind of touching on the weird relationship they have with sex over there.
So this movie has two upskirt shots. One I'm completely fine with. It's actually weirdly thematically relevant. When the wind blows and she's like terrified, I'm fine with that because it literally is like her snapping into this world world while also like thematically linking violence to sex, which I disagree with fundamentally generally, but that is like what this a thing this movie is talking about. The one upskirt shot when they're free running and they're running down the stairs and it's like literally framed like up. I would cut that, but also this is a thing Sion Sono is personally known for. He is another movie that I own the Blu-ray. I have not seen. I've heard it's fantastic. Like, it's one of those that I have heard it's genuinely like you need 4 hours to watch it, but it's one of the best movies ever, called Love Exposure. And it's like about a dude who takes upskirt photography, who befriends like a church, like a church girl who like they team up to, while also being hunted by the mob. I've not seen the movie. I bought it for like $6 on Amazon. I have yet to have 4 hours of my time to watch it. If I ever do, I'll let you know.
You're like an upskirt movie for me.
No, but not even kind of. But from what it's one of those that like every single person who has told me about this movie has said it was fantastic, and they've all said basically the same thing of it's 4 hours long and I would not cut a single second of it. It's weirdly, it has to be 4 hours. Like there is not a way to tell that story any shorter. So I'm interested to see. Well, this is 85 minutes long and it fucking breezes by. This is technically, not counting credits, like 81 minutes maybe. But it's the one upskirt shot is the only thing. But in my head, even in that moment, it's like these children, but like these Japanese schoolgirls like gaining agency is the wrong word, but I'm gonna say agency for the first time, and it's like exploring innocence with like feminine purity, with like a bunch of there's like things going on, and that shot does like continue that thematically. I just don't think it totally nails what he's going for. I think it's a little too creepy than what it's actually trying to say. I think you could frame that shot differently. But even then, if that's the only thing in this movie that like I think is actually like harmful is the wrong word, but like a little like, okay, maybe we don't let the 60-year-old man make this movie. When otherwise he kind of nails it. Like this is equal parts like it's like an art house movie at the same time it's a grindhouse movie.
I mean, are they actors children? I don't think so. No, they're adults.
No, we know Aki's not because she also plays the adult.
Oh yeah. What? Okay, so 92.
Oh, okay, sure.
34. That's was like, oh yeah.
So she would have been 23 when this movie got made. Sure.
Followed up by the what of a birthplace, Vienna, Austria.
Hell yeah.
We're just like, huh, okay.
Army brat?
No, her father's Austrian.
Oh, nice. Okay. Good for her. I don't know. Like, what
good. You know what? Good for her.
I don't know. I guess.
Good for her.
I think it's always good when the Austrians and the Japanese get in touch.
Yeah, I mean, I agree wholeheartedly.
Anyway.
I guess anytime I see someone's born in Vienna, Austria, no matter what, I'd be like, huh. Because in my mind, Vienna is just a place where, like, there's communists from other countries and, like, psychologists.
I've shown this movie to basically, this is universal, like, they like the movie. Very few people love this movie as much as I do. But, like, when I show this to people, it's always split where whether I can talk about, like, the actual themes or whether they just want to talk about it like it's a dumb grindhouse movie. And it always breaks my heart when I can't talk about,
it doesn't
like,
feel grindhousey enough to be discussed as a grindhouse movie. Like, it's too
art house to be grindhouse and too grindhouse to be art house. But I also think it's
I accepted it fully as an art house movie, like, with grindhouse influence.
Sure.
Like, I'm watching, like, this is 100% an art. You tell me the pig man comes, and you're gonna tell me this isn't an art film?
She gains agency by committing suicide and the feathers turn red. What are we talking about? So this movie, I mean, do we want to talk about the plot of this movie?
A man who looks like I'll say the plot, then we can talk about other things. A man who looks like a yogurt from Spaceballs puts DNA into a computer of a woman who's he knew in high school who has been dead for 100 years, so she can trot herself out of the video game and fuck a clone of himself. Well, I imagine he sits in the cuck chair.
He does.
And so, yeah.
So it follows Mitsuko slash Kaiko slash oh my god, Imagi. Let me look it up. What is her name? What is the third woman's name? Izumi. So Mitsuko's a screw girl. All of her friends are killed. She jumps between worlds, and basically she's the main character. She's the main character in all of the games, in all of her various forms. There's Mitsuko the screw girl. There's Kaiko, the woman who's getting married, and there's Izumi, the runner. So are all three of them women he knew in high school, or is just Mitsuko also?
I think just Mitsuko.
But she jumps because she is Mitsuko when she is Kaiko.
That's the one. That's the one that gets out.
Yes.
So I assume that's
She's
the one.
the main character.
Yeah, that's the. I don't know.
As Aki keeps saying,
I don't know
you're
who
the
those
main
other women are to him, or why they're the other main characters. I don't know why you can switch to those women. It seems like a weird choice.
I probably explained in the book. I don't want it explained. But
Maybe.
maybe. Honestly, I think this movie does a really good job of all of the internal logic makes sense while you're watching it, and then it mostly works when you're thinking about it.
Maybe to put them into because you're gonna get the people who want schoolgirls, right?
Yeah,
but you also want the people who want brides and fast women. So you have to put those other ones in to get that market share. I don't know.
Fast women.
Fast women.
Just athletic women.
I guess athletic as a general, yeah, but also just fast.
But okay, sure. You're so
Marathon runner.
You're so right, bestie. The only man who can exist in the game is the pig husband, which is when friends don't want to talk about this as a greater theme, I always bring up the pig husband, because I have had people try to argue with me that this isn't about being a lesbian, and I'm like, we didn't watch the same movie. They're like, just because she is a lesbian, and I'm like, no, that's what the movie's about. The movie is about like taking agency and killing herself versus living in the heteronormative man world of toxic control, so that she would rather be dead and not be with the woman she loves than have to be in a heteronormative world where she's under complete control. The only man that exists in woman world is a pig monster who is the groom. What are we talking about? All of this, none of this is even this isn't even subtext, motherfucker. This is text. But I've gotten into arguments with people over this. It's insane.
Two of the three characters are lesbian coded.
Yeah, every woman in this basically.
Well, I feel like Japan views a woman who runs as a lesbian.
Sure. Well,
based on what I know of Japanese media and what my friend tells me about living in Japan, I think a woman who can move fast, they're like, that woman's not conforming to gender norms. She's probably gay.
Sure, 100%. A thing I love about this movie, one of the many things I love, this is probably so far, the next two will beat it, but this is probably my favorite movie I have ever brought to this podcast. I think I would have to go back in previous episodes. This is the only movie that is in my top 10 so far that I have brought to this podcast. I deeply love this movie. Everything about it works for me. It tonally, even if I would change the one shot, you acknowledge that it's a cultural thing and he's going for something, but it's a genuinely, if you in a way that the way that people have described, I don't know. I think what makes a really good crazy movie, which I would kind of describe this as a crazy movie,
yeah.
But what makes a really good crazy movie is if you take all of the crazy elements away, does the center still hold? And at the center of this is a young woman finding love for the first time, being told she can't love her and choosing her own agency in the end rather than conform to the forced upon societal norms, which fucking works like gangbusters, dude. And then you get to add the teacher shooting up students with guns and computer and really bad CGI head blowout
with like the
with
worst,
the really bad crocodile chomping on her.
terrible controls.
Yeah.
I love how it's like so far in the future and they're using like a controller setup from like the 80s.
There's a movie where an alligator or a crocodile, I don't know which one in this, whatever, I didn't get a good look, where an alligator eats a young woman's vagina, and like that.
I'm obsessed with the fact you just said that you didn't get a good enough look to determine whether this is a crocodile or an alligator. I just want on the record, I'm obsessed with that as a point you brought, like something you brought up as like a mistake you made. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't get a good enough look to accurately tell you whether or not it's an alligator or a crocodile. I think it's an alligator based on that part of the world.
Sure. like chomps a young woman's vagina, and that's not in the top 5 craziest things about this movie. That like, but also in that moment it is like both, it's sure like talking about fate and predetermined destiny and alternate universes of like, well, this could happen, while also like literally showing violence is sex to like violence to queer women or sex queer women, like reinforcing all of that theme. And it's a fucking poorly CGI alligator. Like, this movie is really dumb, but at the end everything is like built to these themes, which I just think is good ass filmmaking. Like, I've only seen a couple of Sion Sono's other films. I do want to watch Love Exposure. There's this one movie he has that came out either the same year or 2014 or the year before, called Tokyo Tribes, where it's like it's basically Yakuza gangs all fighting each other, but it's a rap musical.
So like West Side Story?
But like West Side Story, but with Yakuza gangs. And it's like it's like rapped through. And it's, no one has, the only people who have flow are the actual rappers. The main narrator has no flow whatsoever.
Yeah,
so you hear him rapping and he's struggling the entire movie.
I've only seen one Japanese person rap, so that does not surprise me.
I'm sure there's more.
I'm sure there's more.
Yeah,
I'm not sure it's as heavily in the culture. Because I saw like, well, I've seen one Japanese person rap, and the general consensus from all the American rappers was, yo, this Japanese person can rap, which implies, much like how, yo, this white boy can jump, that much like the white man can't normally jump, the Japanese can't normally rap.
All of the gang leaders are rappers by trade, and so
because they have like decent hip hop over there.
Yeah. But that's a movie that works a little less for me here. But Sion Sono is, in a way that like the Daniels, they're really good at taking these like really dumb ideas and then synthesizing them and taking them very, very, very seriously. I think that's probably the closest comparison to American filmmakers I can think of. Like, Everything Everywhere All at Once is probably like the closest I could compare, like something like, or Swiss Army Man. But like, even if you want to take the themes of lesbianism out, which I don't think you really can, but even if you want to take it out of the movie, it is a very sad man with a lot of power, exercising his control over a woman he only knew the idea of as a child, and recreating her without consent. It's like, even without the themes of burgeoning lesbian sexual awakening, it is still like a really fascinating movie about patriarchal control.
The idea of yearning for someone from high school's nuts.
Agreed.
If from emotional maturity, I'm not saying like as a conceptual that someone would do that, but every time I see someone like, oh, that girl in high school, I'm like, what are you talking?
Especially if you haven't talked to them in forever. It is one thing, which I think is also weird, don't get me wrong. It is one thing to have had a crush on someone or to have been interested in someone romantically since high school. Now in your 60s, you should have let it go. Or however old he is. When you're 200, you should let it go.
Yeah.
But like in your 20s, in your 30s,
You're a
your 30s
person.
is weird, but like, yeah.
You're an adult person.
But, and if you're in regular contact with someone and they are a part of your life, it's still weird. You should have said something and like stop putting them in your video game
It's just like
or
so-
your short film.
So often people they're like so transactional in the grand scheme of your or
Yes.
transitional in the grand scheme of your life that they don't leave the impact of anyone you meet after high school. And be like, I'm going to get her DNA and stick it in my video game.
And that's also is that like, yeah, he's really sad and pathetic and like,
I'm going to clone myself.
and he's the one in charge. Is like, these men are weird, sad perverts, but they have all the power until this woman decides to take the power for herself because she would rather be dead than not have, or than like live in a world where he has power over her. Even if you want to take the sexual themes out of it, it is still like a story of sad control. Like it still works. It's still, the center still holds. I love this movie so much. It fucking rules. Even the weird, like, high school annoying, which I don't think they're annoying, but if you want to, like, her name is Sir because she's surreal, and she talks a lot about fate and predeterminism. But then that's what the movie's about.
That's
like,
just how high
she's
schoolers are.
She's stating the themes, yes, also, but she's stating the themes of the movie.
A high schooler being weird and cringy.
I've never heard of that
What?
before. What? So, I don't know. Okay. So this is a bit of a tangent, but I bought the DVD of this as soon as I saw it. I brought the DVD with me, and I want you to examine the packaging.
All right. Kind of terrified. All right, let's have a look. All high school girls out there, you are a little too obnoxious, so we decided to reduce your numbers.
But the graphics. So for context.
I like that the blood is either ketchup or melted wax.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting choice.
So for context, I would describe this as
What is this irrational world? So I read this is equal parts flash trash goon fest. I was like, oh.
I would describe this as bordering on a bootleg, barely not a bootleg. Everything about this is like, technically speaking, an indie professional company, which this is a Film Rise.
It
An
looks
indie professional
it
company
looks like
could
a
have made
movie.
this.
It looks
it
like
looks-
a movie you buy
At a
at
convention?
at a booth in a convention.
Yes, it does. Especially look at the disc.
Oh man, I didn't even consider oh.
It is a really bad, really cheap, just shot.
Why is there a barcode on it?
I don't know.
Why is there a barcode on? Why is there a barcode on the disc? What's that for?
I think this is like kind of a perfect encapsulation of the movie in that it's really low budget and almost doesn't feel real.
Made in Kentucky.
But also it's professionally done. This isn't like just some dude, but also this is just some dude who wanted this thing to exist, and so he made it exist. Every time the opening credits roll and the Universal logo goes across the screen, I remembered that this was a real movie that was bought for a mid-American audience.
I like the really badly cropped woman on the spine.
Yes. Yes.
She's not even like important.
It is not lined up even kind
No,
of.
I love the half cropped extra on the spine.
It's like it's kind of a continuation from the front cover, not quite, but also yes. I like that barely. If you open it up and you look, everything is so poorly and exactly spaced that it literally looks like something I would have made.
I like the little blotch of
but
blood
slightly
at
professionally.
the very
Yeah.
top
Yes.
of the spine,
Yes.
which just kind of sticks out and doesn't really contribute. I'm not sure where that came from visionary director.
Sion Sono, who's made like 40 movies. From what I gather, he's one of those guys who just worked. He hasn't made a movie since Prisoner of Ghostland with Nicolas Cage in 2021. So I only learned this looking up for this episode. Apparently, and I didn't, this is all from just the Wikipedia article. He was Me Too'd for sexual harassment for pursuing two actresses on one of his movies. It doesn't say which one, but he pursued two actresses even after they said no, and then they sued him, and then he both apologized and said most of this is not true. In fact, I'm so confident in like my case, I'm going to countersue and take you to court because I'm not going to, like, I won't perjure myself. And then they quietly settled out of court, and he hasn't made a movie in half a decade. So I don't know.
It's Japan, man.
I'm not taking
My buddy
away...
was talking about when he was teaching at a school in Japan that across from the school there's like a little shop where you can buy school supplies, and they also sell pornography.
Sure.
I was like, yeah.
I'm not taking away from any of what happened with like the victims. I don't know their names. All I could read was from the Wikipedia article. But yeah, that's all I know about the situation, is that it was two women who were like, he pursued us, we said no, he kept pursuing us. At no point did I hear it was like moved any further than that. Not that like that is enough, but at the same, like, I don't know the whole story. He countersued and they settled out of court, and he hasn't made a movie for 5 years.
Positively tame by American standards.
Also, I've heard one story that he
here in America
flirted with a young intern.
Here in America, when we we do actual sexual harassment.
Yeah. That, like,
we don't even consider you for Me Too unless you're grabbing them by the gooch.
For sure. Like, yeah. It could be worse, but that's all I could glean from the Wikipedia article. But yeah, and yeah, given how a lot of his and also, not that like the art is the artist, you can separate them, but you can't, like, whatever. It's a very complicated issue. A lot of his movies are about fucked up sexuality. So like, I'm not sure what his own opinions are whatever, but that is all I could find for the story. Anyway, all that to say, just like acknowledge that I didn't know there was controversy when I brought this episode up, but then looking him up to whatever, I found this, and it feels necessary.
He knew.
What?
You knew.
Yeah, for sure. I knew.
When I said, hey, what's the movie again? You told me tag 2015 Japanese, or you said tag Japanese 2015. Also, he's right. He's correct.
Yeah, that's exactly what. No, I think
there's no blame on this man's hands.
I think I just said 2015
I said,
Japanese.
What? And you just said in all capitals with with an exclamation mark after each word. He did nothing wrong.
Okay. It felt, when I learned this, like, it felt necessary to talk about.
What? Who did nothing wrong? What?
But yeah, this is a movie that, like, there's more we can talk about, but also I kind of want to leave a little bit for, like, as much as we are like talking about what happens, I don't even think us describing it can take away the impact, but I don't even want to try. Maybe more so than any other movie we've suggested. I'm not saying watch it, but I think you need to watch it to understand what we're talking about.
It makes no sense verbally.
It makes absolutely zero sense, but this is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece for me. I love it so deeply. I've seen it dozens of times. I hadn't seen it in like 3 years, and so I was a little scared when I brought it on this podcast, where I'm like, was I just drunk for most of it? And
you gotta believe in the Austrian Japanese.
I never should have doubted, and this movie rules.
That's a strong duo. It's almost an axis.
I agree.
An axis what makes a wheel move.
Yep. Much like the wheel of film of a wheel of film tape. I don't know. I tried to bring it into whatever. Anyway, do you have any final thoughts?
What?
I tried to bring wheel into like a film. You said wheel and I thought real, but I didn't realize in my head they were the different words until I was like, film wheel? That's not what that is. It's a reel. You're stupid.
Joseph Campbell's film wheel.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have any final
No,
thoughts?
if you want to... I'm just going to go straight into social after that. That was... Watching you like show me with your hands what you were describing as you were realizing that you had messed up was an experience much like this movie. No, go see this movie. It's good. It's fun. I like it. It's like a movie like Mandy where you really just have to kind of see because having it described you just won't do anything for you. But if you want to go, if you want to see Harrison, he loves his movie so much, we're sending him on a trip to Japan, to an all-girls high school. If you want to see Harrison's adventures at a Japanese all-girl high school experiencing the world that created Tag 2015, you can follow us on Instagram at 2 Men Movie Podcast, where you can see all Harrison's selfies at this high school. If you want to send letters to high schoolers in Japan, for some reason, send them to 2menmoviepodcast@gmail.com. I'll print them out and I'll stick them in his suitcase. And like a weird Santa Claus, he'll walk up to some random Japanese girl and say, "Hello there." And she'll motion that she doesn't understand what he's saying because there's a good chance she doesn't speak English. She might not be I know like it's in the curriculum, but she might not be there yet. And he'll be like, "I have a letter for you." And just don't make it weird. If you want to see Harrison's gonna do a little mini series of exploring the all women's high school in Japan, like a little kind of like, and this is classroom 1A, and that'll be fun. Maybe we'll do a little video where he gives the letters out, like a little weird Santa Claus. I've had 2 hours of sleep each day this week.
I'm working on like 3 right now.
2 Men in a Movie Podcast on YouTube.
You can find me on Instagram and Threads at harrisonpoole.com. That's HARRISONPOOLEDOTCOM, harrisonpoole.com. Or you can find me on Letterboxd at HDPOOLE124, where I gave this movie 5 stars, baby. This movie rules. I love it so much. Top 10. And the Substack Harrison Poole's routine maintenance. If you're a venue owner, or honestly, if you're a Japanese venue owner or a Japanese comedy booker, or an American one, but we're doing a Japanese movie and I would like to partner with you, that's harrisonpoolecomedy@gmail.com. I'm in the second week of my willful unemployment, and I have some shows next week, finally, thank God. Thank you so much to Tristan Hostetter for our theme music. Thank you guys for listening. Tune in next week. Tune in next week for Clerks. I'm real excited. Anyway, I don't what do we do from here? So long and good night.
Hugs and kisses.
I'm so tired.
This is Matthew and Harrison's 2 Men in a Movie. It's not what it sounds like.